Welcome back to 10 Foot Customs. I apologize for the noise. The heater is running. If the heater is not running, I will turn into a popsicle. It is cold. We got another 6 inches of snow last night, and so I'm glad Ruby is inside. I wanted to give a quick update on Rusty. So after last video, I had gone through what was going on with Rusty's engine. I have since taken Rusty's engine to another machine shop, and the guy there said 60 over is no problem. Actually, it will unshroud the valves a little bit going 60 over. He said these old blocks, not a problem. So I ordered new pistons, new rings, and those will hopefully be in this coming week, and then I can send those over to the machine shop and they can get cutting and honing Rusty's block. Today, though, I have no idea what we're going to do. I've got 3 wires left over here on the firewall that I don't know where they go, and I'm going to try to figure out where those belong. One of them I think goes to a sensor. It's got a bolt connector on it, like you would plug right into a factory sensor. The other 2 I'm not sure yet. I'm going to try to track those down. I'd like to get this mess of wiring at least into a loom. I have some WireCare loom that I'm going to put in here and just get the all the wiring at least neat and off of the engine block. So that's probably going to be the plan for today. Just get wiring cleaned up, and we'll go from there. I really wanted to do the fuel line today, but again, we've got 6 inches of snow on the ground. Plow trucks haven't been by yet. I could go out. The Cherokee runs quite well in the snow, but there's really no reason to go out if I don't have to. So yeah, let's start with wiring and see if we can track down where these last 3 wires belong. Because if they are going to end up in their own loom, I'll put them in their own loom to run somewhere, or I'll put them in the loom with the ignition module. So let's dig into that. Okay, so what I have it looks like is these last 3 wires. I've got a tan, a green, a purple, and a brown. Tan is really big, and I guess that would make sense. It looks like tan goes to my blower motor, which right there. So this goes to my blower motor, so that's probably why it's such a big wire. So that one's gonna have to go across the firewall. Purple goes to my oil sender, so that's maybe why my oil pressure gauge isn't working, I hope. And then brown has a splice. Mine doesn't have a splice, which would make sense if this was not an AC model, or it didn't have AC, because the brown goes to AC, and then it runs over to another junction block, and I think that was the, I don't know the junction block. So yeah, I think this brown wire was for AC that this one does not have, and honestly at the end of it, it doesn't look like it's ever been connected to anything, so I probably don't need this one. I'll probably run it in the loom and put it over there just in case it goes to something else, but I don't believe it does. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to organize what I've got here. Is I know these 3 are going to go across. Got a big splice here I want to take care of. Got a big splice here I want to take care of. I'm not quite sure why they spliced it so poorly. Let's see, where does that guy go? This guy here. Oh, that's my... Oh, and another splice there to my coil. So this... I just probably going to get rid of. I'm not quite sure. It's just going to be a hot wire, and I don't want that. I may have to go pick up some new wiring so I can run this a little bit neater. I'm probably going to go through and unplug this. These boxes, if I'm not mistaken, belong on the driver's side fender well. But I'm going to probably try to get everything mounted. I think I can probably mount it here. I'd like to be able to get the fenders off, so I have this much space to work on it when it needs to be worked on. And if I have a whole bunch of stuff mounted to the fenders, it's going to be more of a pain. So I may mount the ignition module on this firewall. I don't know what went there. Master goes up here. Does not have a clutch yet. Hopefully one day it will have a hydraulic clutch. I'll probably run my loom through there, up through these wires. So I'm going to have to go out and get some probably 16 gauge wire, red, it looks like. This is probably okay. I can fix this splice. So then I'm going to run and go get some red wire. I think it's 16 gauge. Some smaller stuff. It could be 14. Let me see. What goes to the alternator? Alternator, red. 10 gauge, that's the big one. That's not the alternator. I need to go to the coil. Red, 18 gauge, it's tiny. So if I got 16 gauge, which is probably going to be the more common, I'll be good. I gotta go to the store anyway, so I'm going to see if I can figure out how to get my fuel system plumbed. The size in is 5/8 something. It's just gotta go to a. So I'll bring it in here. So the fuel line stops right here, which is fine. No big deal. I gotta figure out what size this is, but then it runs up to here. So I've got that much space I've got to go, but this has got a nipple on it. So can I just throw a barbed fitting on this side? Throw a barbed fitting here. Well, no, that won't work because the barbed fitting won't seal to this. I have no idea. But then I'm gonna have to check, see if I've got the steel line that comes out of here. I may have it in one of the buckets that he gave me, but there's a steel line that comes out of here that runs over. Or I'll have to make it, one of the two. And then I think the carburetor, so it's gonna run to this fuel filter, which is the wrong fuel filter. I should have the one that's double. It has a return line, though the system doesn't have a return anyway. Hey. Okay, so this is just going to go to a barb fitting here. Let me go through the little tiny box of parts he gave me to see if I've got the crossover line from this piece over to there, and then I'm going to have to figure out how I can go from this to there. Okay, hold on. Well, I had the old master cylinder from this one, and I think the old master cylinder from Rusty, and they had a couple different sized fittings in them, so I just cut them all off. So I found the one that fit this side of the fuel pump, which is that one, so I know that one's out. This line is awful tiny. So I'm going to see if they have this size fitting with a bigger line that comes out of it. And I can turn that. Usually I got to put a bubble flare on it, so I can put a rubber fuel line on it. Because this is not going to fit in there very well at all. Again, it's very low pressure, so as long as I get one bubble flare on it and clamp it, that should be fine. Lengthwise, if I can go my arm, my hand, it probably came out around the front or something. Like 1,000 places. This. So 3 feet. 36-inch section of this, then I can put my rubber line in, not a problem. 5/16 on the other piece. Run that up to I only need 6 inches or so on that. Run that up to a barb. And then I need, you know what, let's see if that fuel line fits this side. If it does, then I know what size fuel line I need. Give it. Okay. So this fuel line fits this piece here, which it does. I can make it fit. It's kind of tight now, but okay. So I need this size fuel line, and the line that'll go in there, kind of like this. And if I can get 5/16, I just need a small barb fitting on that side, and I'm good. So what? If I do 5/16 coupler, 5/16 coupler to 5/16 barb, and put a small bend in it, and then 36 inches of whatever this is to this. Go to that. That's what we'll try. And then I need to get some 16 gauge red wire to clean up some of that stuff. Yeah, that's what we're going with. So I will meet you in the car. We're out that way. Looks like we picked up another inch or so of snow since I've been in the garage. Maybe a little bit more, inch and a half. Oop, seatbelt. So yeah, we'll run up to one of the automotive places. Hopefully they have all of the parts I need. Ooh, big. Oh, we are slipping. Let's throw the sucker in the snow for a second. There, no, come on. There we go. That should give us some four-wheel drive. Oh yeah, she pulls right through. That was nice. Alright, I'll see you on our way back from the parts store, and we'll figure out what we got. Just left the second parts store, and I have couplers and barb fittings and some 30 inches of solid line and rubber line, and then I've got 16 gauge red wire and some shrink tubing. So that should be enough to at least complete one of the projects that I started today. Hopefully. Should have gotten a fuel filter. Dang it. Okay. I don't have a fuel filter, so I can't connect my fuel line to my carburetor. So, yeah. But head back to the garage and we'll connect things together and see what I forgot. And we'll have to go back to the store for. Back where it's semi-warm. Okay, so heat shrink and 16 gauge wire. Solve that problem, hopefully. Regular fuel line, Go from there to my pieces. That's good. Did not get hose clamps, but I will get those later. Got a 30-inch section of this copper nickel line, which will go into, hopefully threads into that, yep. Just like that. And then we'll bring it, bend it around, and go that way. I got a coupler for that. And then a barb that goes into that so that the fuel can go into my fuel filter. And this is going to be the one I don't know if we got right or not, but we're going to test here. This is the big side. It's also a barb. We got a coupler. Does it match the other side? Is the question. That side matches. If this matches this, we are in good shape. Oh yeah. Okay. So this is bigger than this, but if I heat up that fuel line, I should be able to get it on here. And then that has to go to here. So I'll probably just put like an S bend in it or something. I wonder if I can put a bend into this line. Yeah. To help get it up there. Ah, that's really hard to do. I don't want to pinch it. I'll just put an S bend in it. It'll be fine. Again, this fits here. I think. Well, yeah, because this wouldn't be here normally. So I think this fuel line is actually supposed to tuck around the front of the valve cover, or up here somewhere. That way you can get the valve cover off without having a problem. So if I can come up this way, again, this line wouldn't be here either in theory. So let's put, I don't know where I want to go with this thing. It's here. Let's put a bend about right there. Don't kink it. Something like that. Again, this line won't technically be here, because I'm 90% sure one of these lines goes to it. So that's okay. So now let's come around the valve cover. Something like this. A little bad. Doesn't matter at all. I want this to be up here like that, honestly. If I'm honest with myself, this is where I want this to be. And because, again, that line's not going to be there, I can do that. Should I just run it in front of it, though? I can just run it in front of that line. I've got plenty of this to come around, so let's just do that instead. Always slightly rebend it later. It's between the two. Okay, so there. Then we will bring this down and around. This might be too long. 30 inches is probably not the best bet for this. Well, go underneath both of them and swoop around. You can definitely do that, and that way you have plenty of room. Come down there like this. Try to square this up a little bit. And then that. for right now, that will do the job, I would think. This fan is eventually going to go away, though. I'm probably going to run a electric fan. Probably. I don't know yet. Haven't decided completely. But again, so it's a short piece of line. Who cares? No one cares. I don't care. Do you care? No, I don't think you do. Fan's still not even close. Got ourselves a small section of rubber line, and we're good. Okay, so this is line there. I'm not going to cut my piece of rubber line yet because I'm going to replace this gross fuel filter, get a new one, and it might be smaller than this one, so I don't know, because I'm not going to do anything with that yet. But it'll just be whatever needs to connect there to there. Over here, this side is definitely bigger than this side, and the fuel line I have is for this. So I'm going to try to put a little heat into it. I'm going to tighten this up and put a little bit of heat into my rubber line to see if I can get it to fit on here. Go right on with no problem. And this will go like this on with no problem. And then little thing, perfect. So that's on there. We'll put a clamp. This is tight. I may have to put some kind of a bracket thing to support this. It does this a lot, but once it's connected to that side, it probably won't. Clamp. No, clamp. Onto here. You'll connect those. I gotta again get rid of this line. This one goes to the air box that doesn't exist. And I noticed that this isn't in the back of the Jeep right now, so I actually have brand new ones of these lines that I bought for Rusty. I will put them onto this one and install this into the fuel tank. I'll probably take this whole thing and clean it and paint it. Work. That works still. But for right now, we're not going to do that. We're just going to install it. Yeah, okay. Slide Ruby forward. So there's one on the back end. Come on, Ruby. Come on, Ruby. Ruby. Now I got the kit from inside. I didn't realize it came with new clamps. That's great. New clamps, new hoses. I just had to have a talk off camera with Rusty and apologize for taking some of his parts. He understands he doesn't even have a fuel filler hole yet, so he's okay with it. But I told him, don't worry, I will replace them. Okay, those lines are off. This goes something along the lines of that. Put a little bit of plaster in there. And there we go. Fuel lines up. Okay. Got the best way to put these in so I can tighten them probably like that. Taking them downward. This in the opposite direction. Now we'll go to the back of the Jeep and hook these up. We're sitting here at the back of the Jeep, and we do know this has a brand new fuel What the heck? Well, with brand new lines. Right there. Rusty, you can have your lines back. Ruby's got lines. Let me see if these are tight, and those clamps are tight. So I just need to connect this. Interesting. Okay, well, okay. Let's pull this back off. Okay, so as soon as I can make it out of there, okay. Found a couple of self-tappers. They're not the right screws, and they won't be the final screws, but they'll work for now to hold this thing in there. So I get some stainless screws in it. Let's see. Get these lines to slide on there first. Clamp. And clamp. I tighten them right where they are, actually. It should be fine. So I'm going to get a screwdriver and we'll tighten those. Really wish I could get you in here a little bit more, but there's really no room to work over here. And it is really just tightening clamps, so it's not really that exciting. Get it done here as quickly as possible. Okay, tight. We'll put a couple of self-tappers in. We'll at least hold it for now. Until I can get some stainless steel screws. Noise. Aha! Get a new one of these things too, but whatever. Fuel cap's on. That's where we will end today's video. It's kind of getting late, and gotta get dinner going. I didn't quite get done what I had planned on the electrical. Didn't do it at all, but we did most of the fuel system, so I'll be able to check that off of my to-do list for Ruby. I'll pick up some the clamps I need and a fuel filter, and the next time hopefully we can get the electrical cleaned up, and then we can actually see if the fuel pump is working and that it'll draw fuel out of the tank. I'll pick up a couple gallons of gas and put it in there. I want to thank you guys for watching. At last, we are at 99 subscribers, which is insane, and I thank every one of you. I appreciate every one of you guys for subscribing. I'm not quite sure why you watch these videos, but I do appreciate it. Hopefully we'll hit 100 by year's end. Well, by my 1 year anniversary, which is like the first week or second week of February, is my 1 year, and it'd be really awesome to hit that 100 subscriber mark. Thank you all for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna go back out here and probably shovel again because we got a couple more inches, and this is fun to have to keep going out there and shoveling every couple hours. So I hope everybody has a great week, and we will talk to you next time.